Oh, Nala, Nala, Nala.
In the darkest days of the Pride Lands during the reign of Scar, Nala ventures away from her home in search of help. She travels far and wide across deserts and jungles with no food or water. She forges ahead through it all in hopes of saving her home, and eventually Nala makes a discovery that is worth the journey, that will save everything and everyone she loves. During a time of great sorrow and destruction, Nala took it upon herself to seek salvation and succeeded. But how did she make that decision to go? What led her to leave her pride to go on this long, dangerous, and uncertain journey? The truth takes a dark turn. Hello, I'm Isaac from Untitled Videos, where we discuss normally fun, but today kind of dark topics for fun people. I'm passionate about spreading the magic of Disney, and to accomplish that today, to allow us to dive into the world of The Lion King again, I'm going to explain why Nala left the Pride Lands. By the way, if you'd like to learn more about Nala's story after the video, I've provided all the links to the movies and the resources I used in the description. Here's a bit of Whatsovidea's trivia for you. It turns out this video is actually my 21st video on The Lion King. That's right, I have filled an entire YouTube playlist with Lion King videos already, and it's because I can always get excited about The Lion King. I got chills when I saw the first teaser trailer for the 2019 Lion King film, and I'm excited to get the opportunity to see the Broadway version of the story in the coming months. I'm sure many of you agree the nostalgic story is gripping, the lore is vast, and the characters are deep, and I believe Nala is one of those fantastic characters. Nala has always been a clever, fun, tough, and loyal lioness who has never been afraid to take action, commit to plans, and explore. But with the death of Mufasa and the disappearance of Simba, her world changed. The passing of the king meant the rise of Scar, and with it came a new order where lions and hyenas came together. The Pride Lands were changing, and over the years it became clear it was for the worst. With balance disrupted in the Pride Lands, the domain became overpredated, leading to a place with little to sustain the Pride Landers.
Simba, he let the hyenas take over the Pride Lands.
What?
Everything's destroyed. There's no food, no water.
Yeah, it's dinner time, and we ain't got no stinking entree.
Sarabi insists over time.
The herds have moved on. It's over. There is nothing left.
The Pride Lands had fallen from grace and were no longer a sustainable home. Something had to be done soon.
If you don't do something soon, everyone will starve.
Of course the lionesses wanted to preserve the Pride Lands to keep it as their territory and the land of the king, but they were family and intended on remaining together even if that meant they had to leave. If changes did not come soon, Sarabi believed they would have one option.
We have only one choice. We must leave Pride Rock.
Growing up, watching the Pride Lands become a place of ash, dust, and death, Nala felt the pressure to survive in a new, uncertain world, which transformed her into an active, mature, and powerful lioness. Through the destruction and decline of her world, Nala remained focused on doing what was right, just, and what she felt she had a responsibility to do as a lioness in the Pride. Nala had witnessed the larger issues that were still crippling the Pride Lands. Other kings had dealt with droughts and disasters, including Mahatu and later Simba, but Scar was not leading his subjects out of the chaos as other kings had done. Nala was slowly understanding the truth with Scar was too in his own world to think of the Pride Lands. As king, he did not bother himself with worrying about the citizens he led. If he did, he would have set balance to the land, especially during this horrible time, by removing the hyenas once more, but he was focused on corruption, creating fear, and abusing his power instead. And to do all of that, he needed the hyenas. Scar was failing his people, and Nala fully understood this after experiencing the event that led her to leave the Pride Lands. In a deleted scene and song from The Lion King titled The Madness of King Scar, which would later be implemented into the Broadway musical, we see Scar is a mess. He is anxiously inquiring on whether or not he is favored by the Pride Landers. He's going mad as he desires to be loved, is haunted by Mufasa, and feels an aspect of his life is missing. Zazu attempts to explain what separates him from Mufasa, but while he goes through that lengthy list, Scar latches onto the idea of finding a queen. In Scar's mind, he longs for children, to build a dynasty and to become immortal through them, and just as he is developing this idea, Nala enters his den.
Ah, Nala. Your timing couldn't be more perfect.
Nala is there to voice her concerns on the current state of the Pride Lands. She's attempting to speak to him through reason and to make change through the king, but he doesn't listen to her. Scar just ignores her and approaches. Scar advances toward her, expressing his intentions to propose to her and create a lineage of descendants with her, while she is shocked and confused.
You can't be serious.
I've never been more serious.
He continues to move in closer with an aggressive demeanor as she backs away, surprised and scared, until he gets so close she realizes he won't stop. So she ends that nonsense. Of course, Nala walks away from the deranged king, but Scar refuses to let her go, using his position as king to threaten her.
You know, you really have no choice. One way or another, I always get what I want.
That is honestly one of the creepiest lines I've ever heard in anything Disney related. Comment a gross emoji below if you are uncomfortable too. Then, Scar grants her an ultimatum.
Either be my queen, or be forever banished from the Pride Lands.
The Lionesses insist Scar is going too far and band together to protect Nala from him, but this act is seen as mutiny and disrespectful behavior that makes Scar feel farther removed from the Pride. He states he no longer desires their respect, but their obedience, and in that moment, Scar calls upon his army of hyenas and ends their resistance. In the Lion King Broadway performance of the song Shadowland, we see Nala come to the realization her home has been destroyed and their leader will not help. The rivers are dry, the ground is broken, the herds are gone, animals are starving, and their king abuses his power for his own self-interests. Nala was treated with no respect and was made to feel weak and defenseless by her king, but she would not let that monster control her and would not let her kingdom perish. Nala didn't want to leave her home and her family, but she feels she is called to help save them.
I cannot stay here, my family, but I'll remember my pride.
The Pride prays for Nala to return to them with something or someone that could help, and as she leaves, she is blessed by Rafiki. Nala hoped she could find assistance.
I left to find help.
And indeed, she does. The hyenas are allowed by Scar to ravage the Pride Lands, completely destroying the kingdom. The king grants this behavior, for he disregards the circle of life, choosing instead to focus on his own desires, lust, and longing for control. After Scar pushes himself upon Nala, requesting her to marry him and bear him children, Nala realizes the situation for the Pride requires more help if they ever hope to restore the Pride Lands to its former glory. With the prayers of her pride and the blessing of Rafiki, Nala goes in search of help far and wide and eventually finds the king.
You don't know how much this will mean to everyone, but it means to me.
So now it's time for the question of the day, sponsored by my patrons. To become a patron yourself, check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/WatsoVideos. Would you like to see the madness of King Scar in the 2019 Lion King film? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. If you'd like to see the previous Lion King videos I've made, I'll link that below. And if you'd like to see future Lion King videos, then click that subscribe button. To see more Watso videos, then check out some awesome pics over here. And as always, thanks for watching and have a magical day.